Okay, so I want to do a dagger, and I have this crazy glue tube. I ripped the sticker off. This would make an uncomfortable handle. It's broken arrow. I got a broadhead underneath here. So I basically want a broadhead pocket knife. That's the idea. So once again, I'm using my file. Scribed a line just a little bit to accommodate this. I don't know why, but my camera keeps on cutting out. It doesn't want to use the flash, so sorry about that, guys. Anyway, what I'm thinking of doing is heating up the end of this broadhead, pushing it through the center there, and then I'm going to break this off just enough that it fits in this cap, and this cap will be super glued in place. And then as far as the carbon fiber goes, it's going to be a non-metal knife, or like a dagger, and I'll show how to make that too. Alright, so the agenda today is to do some fishing. I'm looking forward to it. But, we got someone scouting out the fishing holes, and while they're doing that, I'm just messing around at home. So I got this cut, I removed it with a file, scribed it all the way around, scribe it in friction brake, and then I'm just gonna heat up this end using a household lighter. Even if you don't smoke, this should be an EDC. You should always have some kind of fire tool and some kind of cutting tool. I almost always carry my blue Ozark trail knife. I just have to get used to keeping a lighter in my pocket too. That was really interesting because when I bored this hole, and I just ended up using the Swiss Army knife awl here to just do it, this little piece of ceramic came out. That is really interesting. Huh. Don't know what I'm going to do with that, but I think that looks really cool. Okay, back to it. To avoid getting cut, I have this script in place in a newspaper. Alright, then attach the shaft. Okay, so I got this in place. I got super glue on the bottom, and there is a chance that this could catch my hand, so I'm going to try to figure out how to put a guard up. Any kind of improvised guard just to protect that area. So I might do a tape build-up method, just anything to really keep my hand away from that. There is no edge on this side, but the edge does start here. So the potential for it to catch the meaty part of the hand is there. Solve the problem of not having a guard. I just wrapped it in leather. So the idea is this can fit in the meaty part of the hand. You know, you can hold it like this, and that'll stop it. But you also have, if you do have to grip up on it, you have a very functional grip that's putting most of the pressure on the leather and keeping this away from your hand. So it's a self-defense weapon with a broadhead and 3-second crazy glue. It's like $1 and just a piece of leather, obviously from a broken arrow. And the broken arrow itself can be turned into non-metal knives. You would just break it to length and then sharpen an edge. That's for another video. So as is, this is a very dangerous weapon, obviously because it's a broadhead. But I think I'm going to take this to the next level. I really like how that fits in the hand. And I'm thinking it's time to attach some key rings. Okay, changed my mind. I'm a little key ringed out. But plastic water bottles. Plastic does glue to plastic pretty good. I have an abrasive sponge here, and that'll give me a pretty good hold. So I think these are going to be my rings. And they're just going to sit on the side like that. Actually, yeah. Like this. Sorry. Yeah, I can film. I'm going to sit on the side like this. Up and down. Okay, so let's do that. Review, I mean, I can squish the sides using heat, but I don't want to do that. I'm just going to glue one ring on to secure it to my hand. Now I was trying to figure out a good place to put this. I could put it on the bottom, and then it can be like a karambit, and then it would lock to my little finger and my index finger. Or I can put it here under my middle finger, and then it'll sit like this. And then that keeps my hand away from these blades, and it's locked in place all the time. And then I can even flip it upside down in the same area, and that's at the same distance from my hand. Although at the same time, if I had the ring on the bottom, I couldn't put my thumb here, you know, for greater force. But if I had it at the bottom, I think my index finger would solve that, though. If I had it at the bottom like this, my hand's at even a greater distance. So right now it's just a roll of the dice. Because of the thickness, you can't do something like this, where you would have it like in between your fingers. Be kind of uncomfortable. I'm trying to decide. So that's 3 different ways to do this. One on the side, one on the bottom, or squish it in the center and bring both these together and make a push dagger. I am a huge fan of push daggers, but I'm also a huge fan of sock peas and karambits, so I don't know. Is this going to give me just enough to sit in my hand comfortably without hurting me? Okay, I think I might try this. Now the way to do this push dagger would be to heat up the sides and then push into something with it, push in with something round. You know, something like this chapstick here, and just push in the sides on each side to start out, and then to put my rings in so that it's not so uncomfortable to hold in the hand. But I also have to take into consideration that in the center of this, there's going to be a little bit of a gap because I have the arrow itself holding the broadhead on. Having this thumb rest here is kind of cool because then you can like extend a grip, but that's basically what it looks like after you heat it up on one side. Let's keep going. Okay, so now we got these 2 marks. A little bit uneven, but they do fit between the fingers really nice. And all I have to do is be just wide enough to accommodate these. And it looks like they are. There's one. Let's flip it over and see if the other one fits. Oops. Alright, that one fits. And this one fits. Remember, this is razor sharp, so don't try this at home unless you have on like protective gloves or something. Okay, so the glue wasn't working out, so I just used a couple zip ties. Now, it fits in the hand. Not left-handed, guys, sorry. Fits in the hand reasonably comfortably. Anywhere where there's sharp edges, it's most likely because of the plastic on the lid. So you can obviously just file those away. But then you have a push dagger. So it's made out of a crazy glue bottle, piece of leather, broken arrow, arrowhead, and then just a little bit of super glue to hold that cap on at the bottom. And then super glue to hold the leather on to make like almost like a guard. 2 zip ties were a bit much, and it helps to kind of push this lock in the middle so then it's not cutting into your fingers. So here it is on my left hand, and you can see this goes right into the palm, locks in place, and then I have the guard on. So there it is. I don't know what to call this. Maybe the pedestrian battle buddy, the civilian battle buddy, the bullock arrow. Oh, over in the UK they know what that means. Gotta kind of walk it if you're using one hand. I know a lot of people like to carry these in the middle. They like to hold their push daggers in the middle. So, same problem as the last time, dude, it got stuck. There we go. Got it removed. So there you go. It's in the middle. And yeah, that's awesome. What do you guys think? Leave a like, subscribe, share it with your friends. If you're going to try this at home, you know, wear safety protection, wear gloves, have something like this newspaper that I have to keep you from getting cut. And yeah, this is just an extra broadhead that I had. Believe it or not, it's always good to have extra ones, and it's just something that I wanted to show. And obviously it can be unscrewed and you can replace it with any kind of other broadhead that you have.